Hello everyone, I'm Narayani and today I'm here to give you 3 simple code review tips, but they are yet very effective. And this is for every developer out there. I'm going to demo this using a simple console application. So in the interest of time, I have the simple application over here. This application gets a student's name, their unique ID and age separated by commas and then print out everything as such. It's going to split them and then print it out, and yes, there is one validation check to see if the age is greater than 17. If it's greater than 17, do not allow it and do not take that input. So that's the code over here, and the code is self-explanatory. You ask the user to enter a student's name, unique ID and age, and then use the split command to split it into 3 values, assign them to individual variables, and then you convert the age, because it's a string, you convert the age into an integer and then compare it to see if it's greater than 17. And if it's greater than 17, you ask them to enter a valid age, else you print it out and then you wait. You do this in a loop until the user says exit. So this is all about this code. I'm going to run this code. I'm going to first build this code in release mode and then use the exe to run it. So the build is successful. Let me go to the build folder. It's over here. I'm going to get into the bin release folder, get the exe and get started. Now I'm going to enter a student's name, ID and age. Okay, let me say Ram, IDK 001, age. Say I'm going to give 10. So see what it does. It splits them into 3 and then prints that out, which is very good. The functionality is perfect. It's working as per the requirement. But does this complete the requirement? Let's see. Now I'm going to get into a tester's mindset and then test this. So let me enter a student's name, unique ID and age. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to enter only 2 values. I'm not going to enter the age. Let me say Shyam, K002 and then press enter. Let's see what happens. There's an index out of range exception and the application completely stopped. In fact, the application got closed. So this is definitely not quality development. What do we do now? So this is where the self-code review starts. Though this particular code satisfies all the functionality, but we should never allow an unhandled exception like this. So how do we handle exceptions? We have to use a try-catch block. Let me introduce the try-catch block over here. Try, tab. That's going to give me the code snippet for try-catch. And I'm not going to throw the exception. Instead, I'm going to handle it appropriately with a proper message. Let me copy over the message. So it says an exception has occurred. The exception is, and it will give out the exception message and say please provide proper inputs. Okay, let me align it. With this, let me retry. Open up the console application. I'm going to give the same inputs that I gave earlier. Okay, so Shyam, K002, and let me not give the age. It says an exception has occurred. The exception is index was out of bounds for the array. Please provide proper inputs. And it is again asking for a student's name, unique ID and age. Now let me try this. Sita, K003 and an age which is a string. What does it say now? It says an exception has occurred. The exception is input string was not in correct format. Please provide proper inputs. Now we had 2 exceptions 1, it said index was out of bounds, and number 2, it said the string was not in correct format. From this code snippet, can we identify where exactly these errors have occurred? Now this is a very small code snippet, and so I will know. Like say, first time I entered only 2 values, and so it should have errored out over here when it was reading the input values, the third input value, which is the age, and the second time it should have errored out over here because it was not able to convert a string to age. Since this is a very small code snippet, we will be able to identify this. But when it comes to a production environment, when it comes to a live environment, you will not be able to identify where exactly a particular error has occurred until you have some clue of where it could have occurred. So here comes the importance of logging. So if I had said over here that at this place the split has been successful and the values have been split, and probably over here if I had said once the conversion is successful, over here if I had said the age is converted successfully, the age is validated successfully, of course after proper check for age. So this is not a proper check, we have to handle things correctly. So number 1, the split. Split, we are expecting 3 values, but there is a possibility that the user gives 2 values or 1 values or whatever. So we have to make sure 3 values are there in the string. How will we make sure? We will check the length of this array, this particular array, to see if it has got 3 values. So once we have that check in place over here, then it will be good. And the other one is, before we convert the string that they give to age to an integer, we need to identify whether it's a proper integer value. So with that, I have a reviewed function already in place. I'm going to show that, I'm going to execute that reviewed function. We'll just go through this one. So it's the same function but with proper handling of errors. As you see, there is appropriate comments everywhere, which is also very important as part of self-code review, because you may know this today, but tomorrow another developer comes in, he will not be able to identify what is happening in this particular piece of code. I am splitting it, and then I am appropriately checking if the input values dot length equal to 3, and if it is 3, then I am getting the values into individual variables. I have a log statement that says input split successfully, and then I have this try parse. So what it does is it tries to parse this string age and gives out an integer, and if this parsing is not succeeding, then we give a comment saying enter a valid age, and then we do the conversion. After this try parse, we do the conversion, actual conversion, and then if it is greater than 17, we display an appropriate message. If it is correct, then we say the age validated successfully. So this is the actual log which is happening, and then we print out the values. Other than that, if there is any other, in case there is any other exception which is unhandled in this code, that will be handled over here. So with these proper checks, the code is complete, the functionality is complete, as well we are trying to validate all kinds of inputs and handle it appropriately. So this is a perfect code. Let me try this. Let me go to the release mode and try it. The exe. Okay. I'm going to give all kinds of inputs now. First, let me give Shyam K002. It says, please enter proper inputs. Enter a student's name, unique ID and age separated by commas, which is correct. Now I'm going to enter a string as age. So I'm going to say Sita A003 and give a string. Now let's see what happens. It says input split successfully, so that portion is complete, which is evident from this log, but it says enter a valid age and gives out the student's name, age and unique ID, whatever we have entered. Okay, so now everything is correct, fine. And you should also note that the logging that is over here, input split successfully, is something that we display on the console screen now, but when it comes to a real-time environment, we will have log files where we will log appropriate messages as and when we complete individual functionalities. Okay, this log will be very helpful when we identify production issues. So since this is a small application, we are able to run this here and then identify, but when it comes to a real-time environment, the data, the production data, we will not be able to access, and we will have, the only way we will be able to identify any issue is with the help of these logs. So make sure you do proper logging in your code base, so that it helps us when we identify the issues which may occur later in a production environment. Now let me enter a proper detail. So you can see both the logs: input split successfully, age validated successfully. It gives all the details separately. So let me press exit to come out of this. Yes. Now the final gist of whatever we have learned till now, the self code review tips. Number 1, never allow unhandled exceptions. Always use a try catch to catch any exception that might occur. So we never know, anything can come in the runtime based on data as well, and so you always use a try catch. You have to exit properly out of your system. Number 2, logging is essential. It is very evident, without logging we will not be able to identify where exactly any particular error has occurred. So logging is completely essential in a real-time environment at least. Number 3, expect unexpected user input and handle them suitably. As I mentioned, we have to, as a developer, once we develop, we have to get into the tester's mindset and make sure our code handles any kind of a user input appropriately. With this, we have come to the end of this session. Please post the topic you would like to cover in the next session in comments below. Thanks for watching.